Good evening, Contest of Champions. Week 11 is over. I do
Jover.
believe that we have our first 8-loss team. Listen, boys. It's week 12. Week 12.
Do you guys think
You know how
Andrew
many
thinks
weeks are
that's how that
left?
song goes? 3! I know the answer.
Something like that. If you just scroll on down here, Mr. Cameraman, you'll see that our dear boy genius, Evan the Menace, takes his 8th loss. Now, we don't know for a fact that 8 losses
We're going to
rule
get
you
into
out.
it. I do believe it is the case. I've
I
done
think it
a
might
little
be the
mathing. I
case.
do believe that 8 losses will not see the light in this current season. I am sorry to say.
And, listen, we hate it. We hate to have it happen. But, somebody's got to finish in the bottom 6. That's just math.
Don't forget, consolation bracket, boys. When you
Consolation bracket.
win, you get value in the upcoming
Huge.
draft next year. Don't forget.
Absolutely huge.
Constellation bracket has value. Also, you want to rub it in the guys who are going to make the playoffs face that you row into their seating. And so when you hear them complain about how they only got third instead of first for the rest of eternity, it was your fault. It's a
Right.
nice
Spoil
spoil squad
squad.
activate. We need an honorary captain of the spoil squad. Anybody who's looking to step up, go
Yeah,
for it.
whoever wants to be nominated
Andrew and I not going to be on the spoil squad this year. Sorry, guys.
cannot be carrying the flag for spoil squad. But we're open
We're open to
leadership.
applications.
Yeah, we're encouraging new leadership.
Love that. Love that. Love that.
All right, boys, let's get into the pick'em.
Yeah.
Somebody's running away
Speaking
with it.
of it's
Uh,
looking pretty over after a huge week from our boy Andrew. Wins
you
almost
go.
across the board.
Just our boy Evan.
Who I
I
also
wanted him to
missed.
win. But listen, we know pick'em, boys. We know pick'em. Okay, let this be empirical evidence that through 11 weeks I have more correct picks than Anthony, and that's just a fact.
It's funny
That's
because coming off of last week, right? What was the stat that you always pick my matchup wrong, and I was really just hanging on by my matchup? If I would have won this week, you would have been 4 wins and I'd be 3. Like it would just be another +1 week for you if I won. I lost, and it hurt. It
listen,
hurt.
you're gonna. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna pick you again this week
Guess
either.
what? I'm not
So
picking you either. We can get into a little
let's
playoff
let's get into
picture.
some playoff picture because
I've
that's
got
what
a
the boys really
listen.
want
I
to
got a
see.
couple highlighted matches here. We'll go to this one first. It's real simple. Andrew and I are essentially playing for the number 1 seed this week. It's not locked in, but if Andrew loses this game, you're not getting the number 1 seed. It's really
Right.
you need to win to pull that game back against me. Also for first overall points. Now, Jeremy and Dan, back to the screen. They're irrelevant. We're at 1240. We're 1221. A huge pop off week from one of these guys. They can compete for
Points
points.
for
Points
points
for
for
is a
is
tight
totally
race.
up
But
and
as of
available.
now, it's the two of us. We're probably playing for the number 1 seed this week. I wish head to head counted because if I beat Andrew twice and lose in total points, that's a load of bullshit. Now, getting over to this matchup,
Trash.
David and Travis, both 5 and 6 teams, playing one another in the 6-7 seed placement currently. Now, there's a little more I want to dive into here, but it's not a win and in because I want to highlight these three gentlemen. David plays Travis, Greg, me. Travis plays David, Craig, Greg, and Greg plays Kyle, David, Travis. They all play each other at least one time before the season ends. That's your season, the three of you. Like quite simply, that's the reason I believe 6 wins does not get in. Also, looking at the matchup, Jeremy and Dan play each other, guaranteeing at least one more team gets to 7 wins. But at the same time, it's going to open the door for these three because one of these two teams is not getting a win in week 13. So there's a
Goodness.
lot to unfold here as we move into the bottom of the season. But really, I think these, like looking at these three teams and looking at your schedules, you guys control your own destiny. I don't think if any of you, obviously, if you go 3-0 and you go 8-6, you're pretty likely to get in. But if you take care of your business and your matchup against your counterparts here, you're gonna set yourself up in a really nice place for that 6th seed. Talking specifically, when we look at the points, David has a nice lead. He's not going to lose the tiebreaker to Travis or Greg, so they are going to have to win outright by more wins than David, who has almost 100 points on them. And they got some spooky squads. We'll talk about them, but that's the matchup I really wanted to highlight coming into this week.
This is exciting, boys. This is down to the wire.
Guys, I'm going to put him on blast because I know that he wants me to. Andrew just made a pickup in a different league while recording this. He's added Kenneth Gainwell and dropped Tyler Conklin. Who cares?
Johnny Swift injured.
Who cares?
It never rests. All right, let's get into last week's matchups.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get rid of that one. We got a stat tracker because it feels like we always need it. We'll leave that there for later. Last week's matchup. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about
Jeremy. How many wins does Jeremy have in a row? I'll tell you, 4. He's on a 4-week winning streak. Listen. Are we going to let Jeremy go back to the playoffs? I thought he was done and dusted. And here he comes, screeching back from 2-5. 2-5. 2-5. To be easily in playoff contention. I mean, are you kidding me?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I do have some. So I've highlighted Kyler Murray for those paying attention. I would have won had I made the correct Kyler Dak start. That's back-to-back weeks, and I now know I'm just gonna have to live with making the wrong call every week. I am just having. There's some solace in my brain, right? Because I watched Keenan Allen get pasted between the numbers and drop that ball. So I'm like, Jeremy should have had 7 more points. Like that's how I'm rationalizing this loss in my brain of the wrong start. That Kenneth Walker gets hurt. But ultimately I lose to one 80-yard touchdown from Brandon Ayuk, and it's real fucking sad. It is what it is. Harrison Butker put me away early, at least. That was nice. I wish I got a little more out of the Cleveland defense, only having 7 points against, again, a Najee Harris or a Jalen Warren billion-yard touchdown. Really unfortunate.
Speaking of Najee Harris, Jeremy's starting running back is on the bench, and really he should have been in the starting lineup.
It will be next week.
Kenneth Walker's tragic. Jeremy makes a trade for him. He gets injured. Looks like he's going to miss this week. That's very upsetting. It seems like it's not going to be too long term of an injury, but he is not going to make it on Thanksgiving. You hate to see it.
You hate to see 60 points from your combined 3 running backs and still take a loss. That's what you hate to see. No support from the wide receiving cast. It's fine. We made trades for that. We'll talk about it in next week's matchup. Moving on.
Hey, Lamar did stuff.
He did, in fact, do the stuff. Hey, Saquon did stuff.
Saquon did some stuff. We're happy with this. Greg puts up, 89.
Yeah, whatever.
We got to get a dub there. Got to win those games. Happy to do it. And that's it. We're just chugging right along.
Greg's treading water. He's trying to win games.
Greg might be down 1 cup of coffee.
I don't listen. Looking at that schedule, looking at Travis and David's contention, looking at Dan and Jeremy, I don't know that our boy Greg finds a way in the playoffs. But hey, maybe don't count him out. But I look at this roster, I look at this lineup. I don't see the lines. I'm sorry, Greg.
Always a possibility. Always a chance. AJ Brown put up a stinky 1.3.
We love that. We love that in total points hunt. We love that.
I really wanted to.
You really wanted to put some distance in there, yeah.
I'm just not getting it. But yeah, big win. Happy about it. Oof, Juice. Gabe Davis. Drop him. Stop playing Gabe Davis. He is not somebody that you can play.
Yeah.
You just can't do it.
I kind of agree. Like, the reality is the boom bust is 2 boomer bust. Like, this exists. This exists. But, like, when his floor is literally 1 point, 0 points, like, you're trying to piece together wins. Like,
and peep the bench. Peep the bench. Let's see. Who's he got? Who's he got sitting on there?
Cortland Sutton,
Nobody.
start that guy.
Cortland
Start
Sutton? No, dude, you got Cortland Sutton?
Cortland Sutton and Tyler Chandler. Oh, he's got 3 running backs. He can start Tyler Chandler.
Fire up Cortland Sutton, buddy.
Fire up Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton's been electric,
matchup,
bro.
Cortland Sutton's been super solid.
Cortland Sutton.
And that's respectable.
Where does Cortland Sutton rank season long? I don't want to pull it up, but like this has got to be top 20.
Top 20? No, not top 20. Not top 20. Now you gotta look it up.
I'm gonna. I mean, I'm just guessing. I don't actually know where he is, but
top 30. Top 30. Not top 20.
It's right here. How many are on the page? 25 on the page. That's top 20. That's like literally 19. Hold on. 25, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 19, 18. He's wide receiver 18 on the season.
You know, I traded that guy for Miles Sanders.
You know, I almost traded that guy for Kyron Williams.
Wow, listen, you know.
Jordan Addison, though.
Retrospect.
The guy I traded him for. Higher.
Yeah. You won't finish there, but you know what? We like it. We like it, Juice. Nathan, get him in there. Bender, big win. Big win for Bender.
Keeps you alive. Keeps you alive. Bender has a schedule. It can beat Jeremy and pull him back. It's not a great schedule for Bender. Yeah, we've looked at some of the schedules here. You know, Nathan, on the other hand, Nathan, you got a path here. Whoa. You got a path to 7-7. It's a big week for you.
Listen. I want you all to know. You heard it here first. Nathan's making the playoffs.
Wow, you guys you heard it here second. Nathan's not making the playoffs. Moving on. Wow, the For Your Life game, David's team is scary. Man, and Andrew, I look at these rosters and I go, man, I really want that first round bye. I do not want to play with these guys in that week. I do not want to play one of these guys in that week.
Poor Craig.
Dude, can't fucking
reaches out.
Buy an injury this season. And Aaron
Jones. Craig is pretty much given up. Picks up.
This happened after the Joe Burrow injury.
Probably.
Because Joe Burrow was Thursday night. I believe he made this move on Friday prior to Trevor Lawrence playing. But I mean, a good future move, but good consolation move.
Justin Jefferson doesn't look like he's coming back until after the bye.
Love it. Fire up Jordan Addison. We need that guy against Chicago.
David's on a roll. David's looking hot.
David's also got. Let's take a quick look.
He's got a few wins.
David's got going back to back.
Look
at this. Look. Talk about your own destiny here, guys. Look at Dan, Jeremy, David, and Travis. They're just like, hey, if I don't lose games, I'll probably make the playoffs. It's as simple as that.
And you know what exactly is corresponding to that? Both Kyle and Greg, who were top 4, 3-game losing streaks. You know, that's not how you want to be playing, boys. Not how you want to play.
Speaking of that losing streak,
the Hoop Bowl.
Was it? I didn't even look. Yeah.
Hoop Bowl, the team says 100. Special teams diff.
Wow, it is. Like flat out. That's 23 points to. That's a 19-point gap. Kyle loses by 17 points. Special teams diff.
Special teams diff. Travis is hanging on. He is trying. He is scraping. Loses Mark Andrews.
Dude, he's very much in contention. Like when you look at even the points, like he's the closest in points to David. He has the head-to-head against David this week. Travis, you're sitting right now in the 7th seed. You are very alive, especially with this schedule. Like you got David, you got Greg.
But I'm saying he's got to claw his way up.
Oh, for sure.
He's got to get in there.
For sure.
And he's getting some wins, and some of them are uglier than others. But you know what? 99 points, we'll take it. It's basically 100.
Travis is getting not healthy at the right time because obviously Mark Andrews goes down. But like Khalil Herbert is only going to get better as the season progresses. I know these matchups are rough, but like he's going to get more healthy. You're going to get Bijan back. Jaden Reed looks like a potential stud starter. Like, I mean, look at these weeks since the bye. Like, okay, your floor is 5 points ever since this bye week. Now, I know a lot of it's touchdown dependent, but hey, when you score touchdowns, you score points. So, Cooper Kupp's going to get shut down sooner rather than later.
Let me ask you this question. Trade deadline. Think it should be later?
I think it should be never. I was genuinely like thinking about it last week because the trade deadline was on 18th. And I go, why is there a trade deadline in fantasy football? I was just thinking to myself going, I hate this. I hate that I can't try to move Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott this week. I'm looking at Greg. I'm looking at Travis. I'm like, oh, Craig. I'm like, I would love to try to move one of these priority quarterbacks. And I'm
Put it
like,
up for a
so
vote. Put it up for a vote next year. I love trading.
I don't know
I want a deadline for it.
never, but like I'm saying,
Like push it to like the playoffs.
it's either in my brain the second to last week of the season, like the end, so like Sunday night of week 13 or Sunday night of week 14, because like I can see how people would then sell
Yeah.
after this week. So like you cut it off here, but then we
Mm-hmm.
get 2 full more weeks of trading. I kind of like that.
I do too. We'll put that up for a vote.
I'm down to do that. I'm down to do
All
that.
right, never mind.
Yeah.
Kyle, just win one game and you'll probably get into the play. Just win one game.
I think Kyle is on points alone. Like again, Kyle also has a lot of points. Now he's not a lock, but
No,
like
he doesn't. Not
win a
compared to
game,
some
get
of these
in.
guys.
Kyle, who doesn't watch these videos, so it doesn't matter. Kyle, Andrew and I are sitting here. We want you to be the 3 seed, please.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we want these 2 players to take one of each other. I would love Dan and Jeremy to play each other in the first round, because then that means only one of them can get through, and that is
would
the
be pretty
best
great.
case scenario for everybody involved.
Yeah, they're scary.
So Kyle, win a game, but not next week's game. Like win a different game. Like maybe win this week.
Preferably next week's game.
Maybe win week 14, but like definitely don't win next week's game.
Daniel.
Dan listen, Evan's out here playing for his goddamn life, scores 109, starts a great roster, would he beat me? No, right? No. Okay, so he would have beat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's the 6. He would have beat half the league. Rolls a bad matchup. Gets blasted by just gets buzzsawed by Calvin Ridley, Tyreek. Just a good all around roster.
Tyreek did the thing. Calvin Ridley did the thing. Just Dan did it. Dan's team. This Dan's blow up weeks. Sometimes they're hot. Sometimes they're cold. This week they are hot, and they scored.
And he gets H-end, which probably doesn't matter in the end when you lose by 40. But
no, it doesn't matter. But that's tough. That's tough. He does get Jalen Warren, keeping those points for. Good trade. Trade me Marquise Brown. Marquise Brown sucks.
It's funny. I tried to acquire Marquise Brown in so many leagues and just has not paid off.
Okay, he's been doing nothing, so you're not missing out.
Yeah, I know.
Dan, Goodwin, Evan,
the Swan
Viking
Song.
Funeral. I think this is it for you, Chief. I think this is it.
It's time to ruin the hopes and dreams of others, Evan. That is your new role. And we go to next week. Hey, neighbor.
What's going on, fella? What is going on?
You
picked yourself. I picked
myself. Of
course
I picked myself. My matchup's already done because I wasn't sure that we were doing the rundown. I mean, listen. It's so I noticed this because it's my fever setup. We both happen to be starting Saquon Barkley against the New England defense, and when you're playing against it, you love it. You love to see it. He's playing his number 1 running back against his number 1 defense. I am fever. I'm also starting Saquon Barkley into the New England defense, and I have Pittsburgh against Cincinnati, and I'm just debating the upside move of pivoting out of New England. That is logically why I would not pick you. But then again, you have Lamar Jackson against the Chargers, so that guy's going to score 400 points.
I hope. But Saquon's tough. I mean, it's either at some point, realistically, like once we get into the playoffs, I think I'm just benching Saquon.
Yeah, when you get into some of these matchups, not this one.
See, that's the thing, though. I'm genuinely heavily contemplating Javonte over Saquon.
I mean, it's a reasonable consideration, but like to me, you're just considering it's the same player, right? And here's the difference with Saquon is he's going to touch the ball 20 times.
Yes, that is
right.
True.
Like that's reality. He's gonna. Javonte probably will also, but like, what's the difference between these 2 players here? Saquon, it's talent. Like Saquon's the better player. You start Saquon.
Yeah,
they're both playing against a top 10 defense.
The thing is, I'm not afraid of starting Saquon against the New England defense because I know Saquon could have 100 yards. I know he can have a good game without scoring, and I don't think he necessarily will score.
I agree with the sentiment. Here's the reason that I'm going to win, guys. Look how many players I have on Thursday, guys. It's so great. We got Dak Prescott. We got Jahmyr Gibbs. We got Christian McCaffrey. You guys think that Andrew is gonna dodge Jahmyr Gibbs, Christian McCaffrey on a Thursday? You guys think that my running backs don't have 50 by the end of the day tomorrow? Come on.
I think what's the most annoying thing is that all day during Thanksgiving,
you just have to watch my players
all
all day. All day.
score.
We got Jahmyr Gibbs in the 1
You're in
o'clock. We
every
got
game.
Dak
You're in
Prescott
every single game.
Boy, we got Christian McCaffrey. And it's funny because you have to do the same sweat that I had to do last week of you have to pray for like the Christian McCaffrey 17 because you're the fever owner of Christian McCaffrey and you're like, what's the right amount of points that I want McCaffrey to score but can't score against me? It's like 17 and a half. That was my number.
I want McCaffrey for 40.
Oh wow, me too. Let's go. Let's go.
40.
I would love McCaffrey for 40. Let's fire it up.
McCaffrey for 40, AJ Brown for 39.
No. AJ Brown drops another dumpy against fucking Buffalo. He gets Rasul Douglas. All right, listen, that guy's elite. Dan's been telling me for years. I'm just afraid of this guy.
Here.
Yeah, I'm just afraid of that guy.
I think we're done here.
I really hope they make the Justin Jefferson decision before this. I don't think they will. And it's unfortunate. That's my last note. Is if I get the move that Justin Jefferson is not playing, I will probably start him over Amari Cooper. Moving on.
Far.
I don't want to call this a spoil squad opportunity because
My goodness.
Because Bender's technically alive. How many points does Bender have? Not a lot, right? Not a lot. But you're alive. Win games. And you got a chance. But I have selected the good Mr. Andrew Bender. And you may ask yourself, why? And I would say, look at Jeremy's putrid matchups. Dallas. Baltimore. Jets. It is just... Jeremy's team is top to bottom better, but
that's the thing. I would like it. I'm picking Jeremy here, easy.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
I think CD Lamb has another 30-point game.
Wow, I hope so. I hope so. Jamar Chase gonna score 0 points. Unfortunate. Bender's still gonna win. I'm looking at all this talent on Jeremy's bench. I'm going. There's no way he gets all these starts. It's right. Yeah, we got this. I like that.
That is.
Everybody knows Tim Boyle is going to light up the Miami defense this week.
That is certainly not going to happen. But Dallas defense.
This
will
is
sack.
fake.
No, dude, he's good for 20. Easy.
Fake.
Big breakaway tutters.
Fake. This is also not great, but
not great. It's not great.
Oh, we didn't call out Michael Pittman for 30 in the last matchup, by the way. Yeah, traded for Michael Pittman. He's the bolster of the lineup coming into the playoffs. He's great.
Certainly not going to happen.
It's
listen.
15. I got Bender. You got Jeremy.
We're split.
I love that. I mean, I need to make up points.
You do. I am unfortunate. I'm taking David.
I was gonna say I don't think we're gonna be split on this one.
Travis is gonna do his best, but we're taking David.
Travis, your running back matchups are almost as bad as they get. I am sorry, fam, but David's matchups are looking juicy. Your matchups are looking less juicy. Travis Kelce historically eats against the Raiders. All your receivers are fake, which is unfortunate. You lose Mark Andrews.
Just I love that David has Travis Kelce and Cole Kmet. Just in case. I bet Travis would love to have Cole Kmet right about now.
But a lot of people would love to have Cole Kmet right about now. By Apocalypse next week. But you guys are gonna see some weird amounts of fab on fucking K-Dot next week, let me tell you.
Yeah, next week, 6 teams are on bye.
This is a Wednesday edition. We didn't talk about the waiver wire because almost nothing happened yesterday. It was like 2 ads. But like next week, I think there's legitimately 3 or 4 people in this league who don't have a tight end. Like there's gonna be some wild. I
am one of them. Yes.
You and I are both one of them. That's why I know the bids are gonna get wild.
Travis is gonna be one of them. Isaiah Likely's gonna.
That's what I'm saying. Travis is gonna be one of them. And like your matchup isn't that important against Bender, especially if you beat me. But I'm playing Kyle. Like you guys are gonna have to bid, and I'm playing Kyle, and I have like all my fab. Like you guys are gonna have to bid a lot of money on bad tight ends. Let me tell you, because I'm starting a full lineup against Kyle. That is my bye week on the line.
Listen, buddy, that's an impressive amount of fab you have there.
It would be crazy if I had like 2 less.
It'd be crazy. Crazy at 2 less.
All your points against you suck. Look at all the points that people don't score against you. Spoil squad.
Wow. I am also picking Juice in this
No,
matchup.
no, I need to make up points.
I take Juice because I believe, but if he plays Gabriel Davis, I might not believe.
Wait, we said put on Cortland Sutton, and he did, and he didn't replace anybody else.
He's got Deontay Johnson. I know Deontay Johnson's been very upsetting, but put him in. Trust.
New offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I don't know. Dan's got the Miami against the Jets.
Love it.
Which we don't like.
Love it. The Jets are gonna rally against for Timmy Boyle. Okay.
Timmy Boyle. Honestly, though, dude, I'm taking a second look at some of these matchups for Dan.
Yeah, Atlanta's a bad matchup. Don't forget. Don't forget. Atlanta's been a bad matchup, but everybody forgets they're a bad matchup.
I'm sticking with my pick for Nathan.
Yeah, me too. It makes me sad because now I can't gain a point on you here.
Yeah, Nathan. Like I said, I was already very clear. Nathan makes the playoffs.
He does
Nathan
not.
wins out. Nathan wins out.
And Nathan could win out and still not make the playoffs.
Nathan makes the playoffs.
Nathan could win out and still not make the playoffs. If Nathan wins out and David wins one game, David will make the playoffs over him. Just to be clear, David only has to win one game and he will make the playoffs over Nathan because he has 150 more points than him.
You have to win 2 games.
It's 60.
He has to get to 7.
No, Nathan can only get to 6 with 2 wins. There's 3 wins.
There's 3 weeks left. You silly banana. Nathan makes it. Let's go,
Nathan.
Nathan.
Does not. Nathan, I hope you do, but you do not.
Ooh. All right, I got it.
I hated everything about picking this matchup because I don't think I've picked. I think I have picked these 2 gentlemen to win like every week of the entire season, and it's burned me like every week. Like I don't think I've gotten a Kyle pick or a Greg pick right all year.
Yeah.
Is DeAndre Swift gonna play?
Yeah, I think so. He's just a little. It seems like he's fine.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I initially selected Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
Upon further inspection, the Cooper Kupp injury and the potential Chris Godwin injury makes me not want to pick Greg. I just don't want to pick him.
Wait, so you initially picked Kyle and you still want to pick Kyle? Like that was the worst storytelling I've ever heard.
Here's the thing, though. It's like Kyle's team kind of not so hot right now. It's tough. This is a tough matchup.
Yeah, but Kyle's gonna start Kyron this week. Like,
Darrell
Henderson got cut. He's gonna drop Darrell Henderson. Kyron comes in. Kyron's going in for Terry. Terry comes out against Dallas, or DK comes out against San Francisco. And all of a sudden, you've got that third. Let's not forget, like Kyle was like 6-0 off the back of RB4 Kyron Williams, and I think everybody's fear of Kyron Williams is that he was going to be in a committee role when he came back, and LA cutting Darrell Henderson. Like, not like, oh, they're not going to play him. They cut him. He's not on the roster. Is such an indication that Kyron Williams is getting the ball 15 plus times. And as one person who traded him away, it burns. And that is the biggest thing for me. I think that third pillar of scoring that Kyle has lacked. Now, Kyle still doesn't have enough. I would love to trade Kyler Murray. Would love it. Love it. This guy's starting Josh Dobbs now. Has Josh Dobbs been very real?
Hot.
He's been very hot. But
got a bye week coming up.
Yeah. David Njoku, by the way, but one of the hottest tight ends in football. Now I know this doesn't look super hot, but when you're a tight end, it is.
For tight end, that's hot.
It's hot. Especially without a touchdown in these 2 weeks. Like, you have 10 points without a touchdown from your tight end, you're pretty satisfied usually.
That's right. Greg's team.
Greg, I've tried to pick you. I think in the last, how many losses do you have in a row? 3. I think I've picked you 3 times in a row. You let me down every time. And you know what? When we won,
I'm
shame
sick of
on
it.
me.
That's right. I'm not picking Greg.
I just
I,
can't pick you
I,
anymore.
I love him, but I'm not picking him.
And honestly, I want Kyle to win. So we're gonna pick with the heart a little bit here. We would like that guy to secure the number 3 seed, and we don't want him to win tomorrow or next week. So, all right.
Easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're taking Evan. Greg is
Shouldn't have saved this one for last, but it was the last one on the list.
Craig's on his last legs.
We're not playing for a lot here, boys. Craig technically not eliminated, but oh, stat tracker doesn't matter. But it's not looking good. Evan's matchups are pretty good. Did Evan have like a lot of points against? No, not really. Just couldn't put it together, I guess.
Evan, we love the Demario Douglas start. That is Andrew Waters approved. We love that start.
Disagree. It should be Romeo Dobbs, but that's fine. I don't think it's a bad start, but I would start Dobbs personally. Yeah.
But yeah,
like,
I think that's it.
Points for. I'm just looking at. Yeah, like Evan really got hosed this season. Like it's an unfortunate.
It's a tough season.
It's a tough season. Like sometimes you just get bad matchups, and not even like a lot of people scored against you. Like if the matchup gods just decide that you're gonna score 5 less points than your opposing team every week. Like he's 6th in points and 12th, and like clear 12th.
What's Evan's schedule look like? Lost by 1, lost by 10, lost by 3. Oh, Evan's matchup's been close. Some of his.
That's what I'm saying. Like it had to have been for him to have been scoring that many points. Like, and like he had these. These are wins.
Those early 5 losses are pretty close.
Jesus, he literally lost by a combined 1, 11,
3,
14, 16. So 30. He lost by a combined 40 points through 5 weeks. Yeah, that's crazy. Tough. I think Andrew lost by 40 points in his first week.
Shut up.
It wasn't that close, but it was close enough. But listen. Evan got rolled by the gods. Craig got rolled by the gods in a different way, and it's unfortunate. But don't forget, we're playing Spoiler Squad, not to each other, and you're playing for the consolation bracket. Try to get those number 1 overall picks and pick guys like Christian McCaffrey, not Justin Jefferson.
Consolation bracket matters, boys. Stay in it. Stay strong out there.
Sagittarius.
Good luck, boys. Week 12. Happy Thanksgiving. Everybody enjoy the holidays with your family.
Go Thursday scoring. Every game to a milli. Peace.